आर्म, और फोर आर्म के लिए कौन सा वर्ड है? दैट इज आल्सो कॉल्ड एज एंटी ब्रेकियम। ठीक है जी, फोर आर्म इज आल्सो कॉल्ड व्हाट? एंटी ब्रेकियम। ठीक है। अच्छा, व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ द फोर आर्म? फोर आर्म का फंक्शन क्या है जी? व्हाट इज द पर्पस, व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ फोर आर्म? किस काम के लिए आप फोर आर्म यूज करते हैं? फॉर द फोर्स एप्लीकेशन।
सर
ठीक है
लिवर।
बेटे, फॉर द फोर्स एप्लीकेशन। ठीक है, किसी चीज को स्ट्रांगली ग्रिप करते हैं ना, हाथ के साथ करते हैं, लेकिन आपकी मेन फोर्स कहाँ से आ रही है? फ्रॉम द मेन स्ट्रॉन्ग मसल्स ऑफ योर फोर आर्म। ठीक है, फॉर द फोर्स एप्लीकेशन। नंबर टू, फॉर द प्रिसाइज प्लेसमेंट ऑफ द हैंड इन द वर्किंग एनवायरमेंट। ठीक है, जिस जो भी वर्किंग एनवायरमेंट में आप काम कर रहे हैं, वर्किंग प्लेस में, स्पेस में जहाँ काम कर रहे हैं, तो आपका प्रिसाइज लोकेशन, प्लेसमेंट ऑफ द हैंड। ठीक है, विद द हेल्प ऑफ योर एल्बो एंड द रेडियो अल्नर जॉइंट्स। ठीक है ना, प्रोनेटेड, आपको किसी भी एरिया में काम करने के लिए प्रोनेशन चाहिए, तो आपका क्या है, मूवमेंट कहाँ पे हो रही है? रेडियो अल्नर जॉइंट्स के ऊपर हो रही है ना। ठीक है, एंड द और आपका एल्बो जॉइंट की फ्लेक्शन कितने डिग्री की चाहिए, राइट? सो बेसिकली द फोर आर्म इज नंबर वन, is present for the is meant for the force application. ठीक है, and secondly for the precise placement of the hand in the working place. ठीक है जी, कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है? with the help of your elbow and the radial nerve joints. Okay, now we have talked already about the anterior compartment. ठीक है, today we'll be talking about the posterior compartment or the extensor compartment. मैंने आपको बताया था anterior compartment is the flexor compartment. ठीक है, anterior compartment is what? It is a flexor compartment. It consists of the flexors muscles, right? Whereas the posterior compartment, it consists of the extensors muscles. ठीक है, so posterior aspect or the posterior compartment of the forearm, it consists of the extensors muscles. Extensors किसके बेटे? Extensors of your wrist and the fingers. ठीक है, extension किस चीज पे करते हैं? Extension over your wrist and your fingers. Okay, now first of all we'll talk about the cutaneous innervation. Here you can see, this is the skin of the extensor compartment. We'll talk about its cutaneous innervation. ओके जी, एक्सटेंसर कंपार्टमेंट, cutaneous innervation. फ्लेक्सर कंपार्टमेंट की किसी को याद है जी? एंटीरियर एस्पेक्ट ऑफ द फोर आर्म की किसी को याद है? cutaneous innervation, anteromedial and the anterolateral part of the forearm, that is basically spread by the which nerves?
lateral cutaneous nerve, medial cutaneous nerve.
मुकद्दस नियाजी raised the hand. क्या कोई क्वेश्चन है मुकद्दस? जी बच्चे। Okay, so the anterolateral aspect of the forearm is basically spread by the lateral cutaneous nerve of the forearm, which is the क्या है जी? Lateral cutaneous nerve of the forearm क्या है जी? इसका origin?
branch of radial nerve.
It's a branch of the radial nerve.
Branch of नहीं, branch of musculocutaneous nerve.
But it is a continuation of the musculocutaneous nerve. ठीक है, lateral cutaneous nerve of the forearm is a continuation. ठीक है, musculocutaneous is, I told you कि ये lateral cord से आती है, तो ये आर्म में मसल को सप्लाई करेगी, और it will become cutaneous in the region of the forearm. ठीक है, forearm में it is a continuous, it continues as a lateral cutaneous nerve of the forearm. ठीक है, or anteromedial aspect, that is basically spread by the medial cutaneous nerve of the forearm, which is a branch of the brachial plexus. ठीक है ना? Now I told you that the musculocutaneous nerve, when it reaches at the region of the elbow in front of the lateral epicondyle, it divides the two branches. ठीक है, ventral branch, which is going to supply the anterior aspect of the forearm, and the dorsal branch. So the dorsal branch of the lateral cutaneous nerve of the forearm is going to supply the dorsolateral aspect of the forearm. ठीक है, lateral aspect and the dorsal narrow strip over the dorsal aspect of the forearm, that is supplied by the lateral cutaneous nerve of the forearm. ठीक है, so the lateral cutaneous of the forearm, dorsal branch of the lateral cutaneous of the forearm is going to supply. बेटा अपना माइक ऑफ कर दे, जिनके माइक से डिस्टॉर्शन आ रही है अपना माइक बंद कर दें. Okay, so the lateral aspect or the dorsolateral aspect of the forearm is supplied by the lateral cutaneous nerve of the forearm, which is the continuation of the musculocutaneous nerve. Similarly, the dorsomedial aspect of the forearm, it is supplied by the medial cutaneous nerve of the forearm, which is a branch of the brachial plexus. ठीक है जी? Okay, and in between these two areas, there is a narrow strip present over the posterior aspect of the forearm. ठीक है, and that is basically supplied by the posterior cutaneous nerve of the forearm. ठीक है बेटा? राइट. सो एंटीरियर एस्पेक्ट पे सिर्फ दो नर्व्स अप्लाई कर रही हैं, लेटरल एंड द मीडियल कुटेनियस, वेयर एज ऑन द डोर्सल एस्पेक्ट तीन कुटेनियस नर्व्स हैं जी. One on the lateral dorsal lateral aspect, that is the lateral cutaneous, dorsal medial aspect, the medial cutaneous, and on the narrow strip between this area, that is the posterior cutaneous nerve of the forearm, and that posterior cutaneous nerve of the forearm, it is a branch of the radial. ठीक है. The posterior cutaneous nerve of the forearm, it is basically the branch of the radial nerve, which is being given higher up. I just show you, it is being given higher up in the arm. ठीक है. Radial nerve is going to give the dorsal cutaneous nerve of the forearm in the arm. ठीक है, ये arm में दे रही है. और from at the insertion of the deltoid muscle, it is going to pierce the deep fascia and become superficial and come to lie over the lateral aspect of the arm. ठीक है, and the elbow, and then it is going to descend over the dorsal aspect of the forearm and going to supply the dorsal area, dorsal aspect of the uh, posterior aspect of the arm. ठीक है जी. Is it clear जी? Is it clear? Radial nerve, the branch of the posterior cutaneous of the forearm is the branch of the radial nerve, which is given higher up in the arm. ये याद रखिएगा. ठीक है जी. Okay. After the cutaneous innervation, what are the other stitches which are present in the superficial fascia? Sorry. जी. The superficial veins, as you can see, again the sphenic vein coming over here, which is just winding around the lower border of the lower aspect of the forearm, winds around the lateral border and comes to the anterior aspect, to the anterior aspect, right? And over here you can see the median
Nerves.
the basically, but I'm talking about the veins, superficial veins. Nerves तो हमने बता दी ना आपको. You can see here the medial cutaneous of the forearm, the lateral cutaneous of the forearm, and here you can see the posterior cutaneous of the forearm. ठीक है, हम इसकी बात कर चुके हैं ना. This is basically branch of the radial nerve which is coming higher up from the arch. ठीक है. Now I'm talking about the superficial veins, beta. ठीक है. The superficial veins. The superficial veins में we have got again the two veins, the sphenic vein and the basilic vein. Whereas as you can see, the sphenic vein is turning around the lower aspect of the posterior aspect of forearm, and lateral aspect say wind carrying and going to the anterior aspect. And you see that small unnamed veins over here coming from the on the dorsal aspect. They are going towards, some of them going towards the sphenic vein, and some of them they are going towards to join the basilic vein. You can see this, right? So the dorsal aspects of your veins, they were diverging. Most of them they will go towards the cephalic vein. ठीक है जी. Okay. What about the lymphatics जी? Dorsal aspect of the forearm से lymphatics कहाँ travel करेंगे जी? हम पढ़ चुके हैं. किसी को याद हो? Lateral aspect of the hand and lateral aspect of the forearm and lateral aspect of the arm. यहाँ से lymphatics कहाँ जाएंगी? Along with the sphenic vein towards the infraclavicular group of the lymph nodes. Whereas the remaining part of the hand, upper or the rather upper limb, you can say as a whole, they are going towards the lateral group of the lymph nodes. ठीक है. So the dorsal aspects से जो lymphatics जा रही हैं, they are going to drain into the lateral group of the lymph nodes. But these are the viva questions, you must be remembering this. ठीक है. The lymphatics, the superficial lymphatics or the lymphatics traveling from the dorsal aspect of the forearm, they are going to drain in the lateral group of the axillary lymph nodes. ठीक है जी. Is it clear? Now we'll talk about the deep fascia जी. Deep fascia of the forearm. Deep fascia of the forearm, or rather on the dorsal aspect of the forearm, it is represented in the distal part of the forearm. ठीक है जी. And represented by what? Represented by the thickening of the deep fascia at the dorsal aspect of the wrist. Yes, you can see this one. The thickening of the strong band of the deep fascia that stretches across the back of the wrist. You can see here. ठीक है. The deep fascia, that is besides covering the muscles of the extensor compartment, when it will reach over here at the lower aspect, at the region of the wrist, it is thickened to form a strong band, and that band is called as the extensor retinaculum. So what is the extensor retinaculum? How you can define it? That it is a thickening or the strong band of the deep fascia which stretches across the dorsal aspect of the wrist, ठीक है? And what's the purpose क्या है? To hold these tendons of the extensor compartment, leaving the forearm, entering into the dorsum of the hand into place, ठीक है? To hold these tendons in their specific position. There are a lot of tendons, ठीक है? And it is not going to allow the any tendon to change its place. So these are fixed. Tendons are fixed due to what? Due to this thickening of the T fascia or the band formation that is called as the extensor retinaculum. ठीक है? And that extensor retinaculum, इसकी attachment क्या है जी? Medially, it is attached to the pisiform bone and the pisiform bone and the hook of the hamate. याद है आपको carpal bones जी? Flexor retinaculum की भी attachment पे आपको बताया था ना? Right? So the extensor retinaculum may be medially. The extensor retinaculum is attached to the pisiform bone and the hook of the hamate, and okay, and it is on the lateral aspect. It is attached to the lower end of the radius. ठीक है? Distal end of the radius पे attached, right? ठीक है जी? So when you talk about the extensor retinaculum, so extensor retinaculum is a thickening or the strong band of the T fascia that stretches across the distal dorsal aspect of the wrist to hold these tendons in their place. ठीक है? Is it clear? And secondly, what is the attachment? It's the attachment medially it is attached to the pisiform bone and the hook of the hamate, and laterally it is attached to the dorsal end of the radius. ठीक है बेटा? And it's and the upper and the lower part, it is just going to be continuous with the D fascia of the fora in the upper aspect. और इसका जो lower border है, it is continuous with the D fascia of the dorsum of the hand, right? इसके जो ऊपर नीचे D fascia, there is a thinner than this one, ठीक है? So its upper border is continuous with the D fascia of the forearm, and the lower border is continuous with the D fascia of the dorsum of the hand, which is very thin, ठीक है? Is it clear जी? कोई problem तो नहीं है? Okay. Now this extensor retinaculum, इसकी जो inner surface है, from this inner surface it is going to send the deep septas, the some fibrous septas which is going to attach to the distal end of the radius. And you see this is a radius bone and this is an ulnar bone, right? And you can see this is the extensor retinaculum, and these are the small septas which are coming from the roof of the extensor retinaculum and is going to be attached to the different aspects of the radius. ठीक है? Lower end of the radius पे जो ये septa they are going to be attached, and it is going to convert this tunnel below this extensor retinaculum into the 6 compartments. ठीक है? I repeat it again. The inner aspect of the extensor retinaculum send the fibrous septas which are attached to the distal end of the radius and the ulna, and it is responsible for converting the tunnel into the 6 compartments. ठीक है? Is it clear? क्या बात है भाई? Nobody is responding. सो रहे हैं क्या? कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है?
No, sir.
Okay, so this tunnel under the extensor retinaculum, it is divided into the 6 compartments by the fibrous septa which are coming from the roof of this extensor retinaculum to the bones, distal end of the radius, right? And each tunnel is lined by the synovial membrane. As you can see कि ये 6 tunnels बनी हुई हैं, right? और हर tunnel में से you see every tunnel it is lined by this, you see this bluish coloration, this bluish coloration that is representing the synovial membrane, right? So each tendon which is passing through these tunnels, every tendon passing through these tunnels, these are covered by this synovial membrane. और synovial membrane किस लिए होती है? To avoid the friction, ठीक है? So that the tendon they should not be rubbed against the surface of this extensor retinaculum. So in between the extensor retinaculum, underlying bone, ठीक है? इन दोनों की friction से बचाने के लिए the nature has provided the tendons with this synovial membrane so that there should be the frictionless movement. Is it clear? And here you can see that this synovial membrane is extending above and below the extensor retinaculum. You can see ये upper border से भी ऊपर तक extend कर रही है और lower border से नीचे तक भी extend. So this synovial membrane is extending from the upper border to the lower border of the extensor right? And it is responsible for what? It is responsible for to avoid the friction. It allows the frictionless movements of the tendons beneath this extensor. Is it clear, Vache? Okay. Now, there is a specific arrangement. The nature has provided it with a specific arrangement. Okay? Okay. You must be knowing and you must be remembering it from the lateral to the medial aspect. We number them, these compartments, from the lateral to the medial aspect. Okay? So the first compartment, the most lateral compartment, which you know, which is occupying the lateral aspect of the radius. Okay? It consists of two tendons. These are the abductor pollicis longus and the extensor pollicis brevis. Here you can see these two muscles which are just winding around the lateral end of the lateral surface of the radius, lower end. हमने पढ़े थे नहीं दो muscles? नहीं, we'll talk about it later. Sorry. So abductor pollicis longus muscle and the extensor pollicis brevis. ठीक है? ये वो दो tendon हैं. When we were talking about the the muscles. Muscular attachment of the bones. उसमें मैंने आपको बताया था कि these two muscles will come together, they will wind around the distal end of the radius, right? So they are going to wind around the laterally, they wind around laterally or around the distal end of the radius, and they are going to pass through the extensor retinaculum, the first compartment. And these two muscles, while passing through the compartment, they are having their own synovial sheath. ठीक है? इन दोनों की separate synovial sheath होगी, आप याद रखिएगा. ठीक है? ये दो टेंडन्स पास कर रहे हैं from the first compartment. These are the abductor pollicis longus and the extensor pollicis brevis, and they are having their separate synovial sheath, right? Number two compartment, इसमें से दो टेंडन्स पास कर रहे हैं बच्चे. These are the extensor carpi radialis longus and extensor carpi radialis brevis. ठीक है? These two muscles, these are the muscles of the superficial group of the extensor compartment. We'll talk about it in detail in a few moments. So these two tendons, they will pass together and they are sharing the same synovial sheath. मैंने भी आपको बताया ना, first compartment से जो muscles गुजर रही हैं उन दोनों की separate synovial sheath है, whereas two muscles tendons passing through the second compartment, they are sharing the synovial sheath. ठीक है बेटा? Okay. The third compartment, there is a muscle over here, the third compartment, this muscle, and this is the extensor pollicis longus muscle. Third compartment में से एक tendon pass कर रहा है, that is the extensor pollicis longus. And किसी को distal end of the radius याद है जी? What is the striking feature present about the distal end of the radius? किसी को याद है जी? There is a prominent tubercle, the dorsal tubercle of the Lister or the Lister's tubercle. Okay? So these two tendons, extensor carpi radialis longus and brevis, these are passing just lateral to the dorsal tubercle. Okay? And the other one, the extensor pollicis longus, it passes on the medial aspect of the dorsal tubercle. Right? So yeah, a relation yaad rakhiyega tendency. Okay. Now the fourth one. For the fourth compartment, again the two tendons are passing, and these are the fourth compartment में से बच्चे दो muscles pass कर रहे हैं, and this one, the one is this one, the extensor digitorum, and the other one is extensor indicis. ठीक है जी? Extensor digitorum and extensor indicis. These two muscles, these are passing to the fourth compartment. Here you can see this one. ये indices आ रहा है जी. This is a tendon of the indices. This is the most lateral one, and this tendon, the digitorum, which is dividing into the four tendons, right? So in total, the 5 tendons are passing from the fourth compartment. 4 tendons of the extensor digitorum and the 1 tendon of the extensor indicis, right? Is it clear? And these 5 tendons, these are also sharing the common synovial sheath. ठीक है? इनके साथ ये, okay. The one coming for the fifth compartment, and that is what? That is the extensor digiti minimi. ठीक है जी? Right? So extensor digiti minimi is a tendon which passes from the fifth compartment. Right? Sometimes we ask the question, जी, extensor retinaculum के fifth compartment में कौन सा muscle pass कर रहा है? So you will remember it, you must remember it in this way. Fifth compartment में से extensor digita minima क्रॉस कर रहा है and it is passing across, you see इसके पीछे bones क्या पड़ी हुई है जी, just show you. You see this tendon is passing at the, you know, in between the, you know, distal radial ulnar joint. ये रेडियस और अल्ना के दरमियान में जॉइंट है जिसको बिल्कुल सेंटर में से ये पास कर रहा है. You can see this. ठीक है, is it clear? And the last one is the over here, that is the extensor carpi ulnaris. From the sixth compartment extensor carpi ulnaris pass करता है बच्चे, and it is passing from where, it is just grooving the posterior aspect of the head of the ulna. ये अल्ना के posterior aspect को head को groove कर रहा है. ठीक है जी, you can see this one. So when we talk about the extensor retinaculum, you must be knowing its attachment. जी कुछ question है बेटा? You can see from the medial aspects coming from the, you see coming from the hook of the hamate and the pisiform bone, and laterally it is going to be attached at the distal end of the radius. Okay, is it clear? And fiber septus, it is going to divide this one into the 6 compartments, and from lateral to medial you enumerate them from lateral to medial. ठीक है, ये याद रखिएगा जी. Is everything clear? Should I move ahead? जी बोलिए मुज्तबा, किधर गए हैं सारे ये उज़ैफा वगैरह सारे? हेलो,
Yes sir, समझ आ गया.
कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है बच्चे एक्सटेंसर रेटिकुलम में? और अरेंजमेंट जो मैंने आपको बताई है फ्रॉम 1 to 6 कंपार्टमेंट्स, अरेंजमेंट में कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है? इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ सिनोवियल शीथ आपको पता चल गई है, ठीक है, अरेंजमेंट आपको पता चल गई है. यू मस्ट बी रिमेंबरिंग इन दिस वे. ओके जी, नाउ विल टॉक अबाउट द मसल्स ऑफ द एक्सटेंसर कंपार्टमेंट. ठीक है ना, एज आई टोल्ड यू बिफोर कि जो एक्सटेंसर कंपार्टमेंट है इसमें क्या है ये बेटे, extensor compartment में I told you when we talked about the compartments of the forearm, the anterior and posterior compartment, I told you they consist of muscles, and every compartment has its own nerve supply, and every compartment has its own artery. ठीक है, the extensor compartment की जो muscles हैं, again these are divided into the two groups, the superficial group and the deep group. ठीक है, जैसे हमने anterior compartment of forearm में भी देखा था कि there was the group of superficial group of the muscles and the deep group of the muscles. Likewise over here in the extensor compartment there are also a lot of muscles, and there are about 7 muscles I think in the, you know, superficial group, right? Rather 4 or 5 muscles in the, you know, deep group. Okay, so the superficial group में I told you that we have got these 7 muscles. Okay, we enumerate them one by one. We start from this one, from the lateral aspect. We'll move from lateral to the medial aspect. Over here you can see the outer one. The first one is a brachioradialis muscle. Well, above the brachioradialis over here, just below here you can see the one coming from the lateral brachioradial. This one, the anconeus muscle, the small triangular muscle or the dorsal aspect of the elbow. Here you can see this is an anconeus muscle, and then we have got the brachioradialis muscle. Other one is the extensor carpi radialis longus muscle. Then extensor carpi radialis brevis muscle. You must be familiar because I've taken their name when you are discussing the extensor retinaculum. Then after the extensor carpi radialis, we have the muscle, that is the extensor digitorum muscle, the bigger muscle for the, and this is a big muscle which is going to give the 4 tendons for the medial 4 fingers. And then beside this one we have got the other muscle over here, that is the extensor digiti minimi muscle, and the most medial one of this compartment, that is the extensor carpi ulnaris muscle. As you can see this one. I enumerate them again. The muscles of the superficial group. Muscle of the superficial group. We have got the anconeus muscle. We have got the brachioradialis from lateral to medial aspect. Number 1, brachioradialis, extensor carpi radialis longus, extensor carpi radialis brevis, extensor digitorum. Digitorum. Again, I told you wherever there is a word digitorum, it means that it's going towards the digits. It's going to be the 4 tendons to the 4 medial digits. Okay. Then we have got the extensor digiti minimi, and then the last we have got the extensor carpi ulnaris. Is it clear? ठीक है जी. Okay. So सुपरफिशियल मसल्स में कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है बच्चे?
नो सर।
ओके
सर ब्रेकियोरेडियलिस पोस्टीरियर में आएगा?
बेटा एक्चुअली ना ब्रेकियोरेडियलिस मसल आई जस्ट मैं अभी आपसे डिस्कस करता जब मैं इसको डिस्कस करना था, चलिए मैं आपको पहले बताता हूँ। एक्चुअली ब्रेकियोरेडियलिस मसल एंड द एक्सटेंसर कार्पी रेडियलिस लॉन्गस, आपकी स्नेल्स ने लिखा है कि दीज आर द मसल्स द लेटरल कंपार्टमेंट ऑफ द फोरआर्म, ठीक है। स्नेल्स ने इट हैज यू नो डिवाइडेड द फोरआर्म इनटू द थ्री कंपार्टमेंट्स, एंटीरियर, लेटरल एंड द पोस्टीरियर, ठीक है ना। सो उसने ब्रेकियोरेडियलिस को वेल इट्स the muscle, अगर आप according to Snell's, it comes in the lateral compartment of the forearm, brachioradialis muscle and the extensor carpi radialis longus muscle, ठीक है। Well, these are considered, most of the books they are going to consider it as muscle of the superficial group of the extensor compartment of the forearm, ठीक है जी। Is it clear? Okay, we'll talk about it in detail also. Okay, the muscles of the deep curvature, ठीक है जी। deeper muscles में सबसे पहले you can see this muscle. We have removed the superficial muscles over except the synconius and the other brachial. You see, you put the brachioradialis, extensor carpiodalis longus, and the brevis over here. Okay, so we have got this muscle, the deeper one, that is the supinator muscle. Okay, then we have got that the other muscle, abductor pollicis longus, and here the extensor pollicis longus, and below the abductor pollicis, in between this, you have the extensor pollicis brevis muscle, and the most deepest muscle over here, that is the extensor indicis muscle, right? So the five muscles present in the deep group of the extensor compartment. Number one, supinator, abductor pollicis longus, extensor pollicis longus, and in between these two, these are extensor pollicis brevis muscle, and then this is the fifth one, that is the extensor indicis. So five muscles. The problem to nahi hai. Okay, now we'll talk about these muscles one by one. First of all, we talk about the enconius muscle. You can see this enconius muscle over here. Enconius muscle is a bit of small triangular muscle at the posterior aspect of the elbow. ठीक है, ये elbow के बिल्कुल posterior पड़ा हुआ है. You can see this is the pollicean non-process one, and it's going to cover the iliac non-process, right? So this muscle, it is getting origin from the posterior surface of the lateral epicondyle of the humerus. Just remember, ठीक है, it's coming from the posterior aspect of the lateral epicondyle of the humerus. हमने पढ़ा था ना जी फ्लेक्सर कंपार्टमेंट के जो मोस्ट ऑफ द सुपरफिशियल मसल्स आ रहे थे, these are coming from the medial epicondyle, ठीक है। So the superficial muscles of the extensor compartment, they are coming from the lateral epicondyle, ठीक है। So the enconius muscle is coming from the posterior aspect, posterior surface of the lateral epicondyle of the humerus, and it is going to be inserted over the lateral surface of the olecranon. You see olecranon passage, जिसकी lateral surface है. The small triangular muscles which runs, you see here medially, and it's going to be attached over the lateral surface of the olecranon process. Okay जी, and this muscle, it is supplied by the radial nerve. ठीक है, radial nerve is produced by this muscle. और इसका function क्या बेटा? It's the extensor of the elbow. As you see, some books write that this this enconius muscle, it is the part of the tragus muscle, displaced part of the tragus muscle. ठीक है, some anatomists believe about this one. It's displaced part, or considered as a part of the tragus muscle. ठीक है, okay. So it is responsible for the extension of the elbow, and then secondly, it is going to stabilize the elbow during the movements of the pronation and supination. ठीक है, जब आप supination and pronation करते हैं तो ये आपकी elbow joint को, elbow को stabilize करता है. And number third one, that it is going to pull the slack out of the elbow joint. ठीक है, pulls the elbow joint का जो capsule है इसके साथ attach होता है, right? So when it will contract, ठीक है, जब आप you are going to extension करते हैं तो क्या होता है? It is just going to pull the capsule posteriorly, so that जब आप extension करते हैं तो आपका capsule should not be get impinged. ठीक है, impingement of the capsule को prevent करने के लिए the enconius होती है. Is it clear? Okay, so this is about the enconius. Now we'll talk about the brachioradialis muscle. Now the brachioradialis muscle, you can see. Okay, I just show you the attachment of the muscle over here. you see, coming from the posterior aspect of the, and cone is coming from the posterior aspect of the lateral epicondyle, and V2 beta is the lateral aspect of the olecranon. This is auricular process. उसकी lateral aspect पे आके attach होगा. Okay जी. Now we'll talk about the brachioradialis. The brachioradialis, I told you before that it is considered as a muscle of the lateral compartment of the forearm, and this is actually the only muscle of that is considered in the lateral in this the extensor compartment, which is responsible for the flexion of the elbow. ये flexion because it is going to cross the elbow joint. ठीक है, elbow joint को ये flex कर रहा है, ठीक है, elbow joint cross कर रहा है, and it is going to be insert. It's getting origin from the upper 2/3 of the lateral supracondylar ridge. ठीक है जी, upper 2/3 of the lateral supracondylar ridge से originate करेगा and is going to be inserted at the base of the styloid process of the radius. ठीक है, when we were talking about the radius, I told you the attachment to the brachioradialis at the base of the styloid process of the radius, and it is also receiving its nerve supply from the radial nerve directly. ठीक है, एक बात याद रखिए बेटा कि रेडियल नर्व है ना, ये डायरेक्टली खाली 4 मसल को सप्लाई करती है, राइट. डायरेक्ट ब्रांचेस कमिंग फॉर द रेडियल नर्व is for the 4 muscles. Number 1 triceps, number 2 anconeus, number 3 brachioradialis, and number 4 extensor carpi radialis longus. उसके बाद बेटा जितने भी डीपर मसल्स हैं ना एक्सटेंसर कंपार्टमेंट के, these are supplied by the deep branch of the radial nerve. ठीक है, sometimes I used to ask this question, name the muscles supplied by the radial nerve, तो आप उसमें तमाम मसल्स के नाम ले देते हैं. नो, रेडियल नर्व सिर्फ 4 मसल्स को डायरेक्टली सप्लाई करेगी. नंबर 1 triceps, number 2 anconeus, number 3 brachioradialis, number 4 extensor carpi radialis longus. Is it clear? ठीक है, and the rest of the muscles of the extensor compartment, these are responsible for what? These are basically supplied by the deep branch of the radial nerve, that is the posterior introitious nerve. We'll talk about in detail. Okay, now we'll talk about I was talking about the brachioradialis. So brachioradialis I can see. अच्छा जी, brachioradialis आपने किसी एक जगह और पढ़ा था, किस जगह पढ़ा था जी, किसी को याद हो?
सर आर्म में.
आर्म में या फोर आर्म में? क्यूबिटल फोसा की जो लेटरल बाउंड्री है कौन बना रहा है जी? दिस इज क्यूबिटल फोसा. हाँ जी, the lateral boundary of the cubital fossa is formed by the brachioradialis. आपने जब cubital fossa पढ़ा था तो उस वक्त मैडम ने आपको बताया था, ठीक है. So here you can see the brachioradialis is a muscle of the lateral compartment. ठीक है, it's considered as a muscle of the lateral compartment. It's going to form the lateral boundary of the cubital fossa. Well, so what would be the function? So इसका function मैंने आपको बताया, it's responsible for the flexion of the forearm. ठीक है, it is responsible for what? Yes sir, it is only crossing one joint. Brachioradialis, ठीक है, it's crossing one joint. That's the elbow joint. It's responsible for what? For the flexion of the, and it is also responsible for the rotation of the forearm up to 90 degrees. ठीक है, remember that it is responsible for the rotation of the forearm up to the 90 degrees. For example, either from the supinated form to the mid-prone position or from the pronated form into the mid-prone position. आपको ये बात समझ में आई है बच्चे? Do you understand? If your forearm is a supination और आप इसको mid prone position पे लेके जाना चाहते हैं, तो that movement is basically carried out by the brachioradialis muscle. और अगर आपका फॉर्म आपका forearm है prone position में है, तो आप उसको जो mid prone position पे लेके उस वक्त भी आपका brachioradialis is working. It is assisting basically the pronator muscle. ठीक है? Okay. And number 3, that this muscle is more functional when your forearm is the pronated form and you are going to lift the weight. So it is causing the flexion of the elbow while lifting the weight in the mid-prone position. ठीक है? Just make your forearm in the mid-prone position and flex it against the resistance. Put your other hand on the forearm, right? And you flex your forearm, make the flexion at the elbow joint, right? And flex it against the resistance. And you can feel your muscle stretching across, you see, working. That is the brachioradialis muscle. देखा आपने, check किया, right? So this is the muscle when you lift the weight while in the mid-prone position against the resistance. ठीक है ना, आप flex करते हैं forearm को और आप एल्बो पे जो फ्लेक्शन करते हैं, you're lifting the weight, so that is basically performed by this. And other thing that it is also responsible for stabilizing the elbow during the rapid flexion and extension, such as hammering. ठीक है, कभी hammering किया आप लोगों ने? So when you're going to hammer, you're continuously making the flexion and extension. At that time, it is responsible for stabilizing your elbow, right? So there are a lot of functions of this brachioradialis muscle. So again, the muscle of the lateral compartment, or sometimes categorized as the muscle of the superficial group flexional compartment. Okay, now is it clear जी? ब्रेकियोडायलिस में की प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है फंक्शन में बच्चे? Now we'll talk about the extensor carpi radialis longus tendon. Now this muscle, it is getting origin from where? It getting origin from the lower 1/3 of supracondylar ridge. Supracondylar ridge याद है ना जी किसी को? क्या होती है supracondylar ridge? कोई बताएगा?